Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. The only live show where you can watch the entire video game industry flash right before your eyes. Welcome to 1982, January 1982, and we got a big heavy hitter in front of us. After playing Rear Guard on 3 different home computers, let's move on to our next game. Alright, it's time to play Miss Pac-Man. Released in January of 1982 in the arcade, this is a big heavy hitter, our second big one after Zaxxon, if you want to consider the other arcade games. Let's take a look at the artwork for Miss Pac-Man, the iconic Miss Pac-Man, introducing the new Femme Fatale of the game world. And there she is, wearing a mink coat and high heels. The amazing Miss Pac-Man offers all the fun of Midway's and famous Pac-Man with 4 new mazes, add bonus fruit symbols that float freely through the maze, 2 new side exits to give you a chance to get away, and unique cartoon series because it has cutscenes. And if we flip it over on the back, it explains a little bit more how it's more challenging than the original Pac-Man game. Yes, we finally get to Miss Pac-Man. It's pointing out all the point system for Miss Pac-Man and then the 4 different mazes, which is the high point of Miss Pac-Man. Pursued by the familiar Inky, Pinky, I almost said Blinky. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and the newest ghost, Sue. So Clyde got the boot. There is no Clyde anymore. They have 4 new challenging mazes, increasing difficulty, and offer varying side exits. Each of the 4 mazes has additional 2 side exits that give you a total of 4 ways out of the maze. And then there's the example of the arcade cabinet for Miss Pac-Man. Iconic, the golden age of arcade games right here. One of the best. There's the arcade PCB. An example of the control panel, which just like Pac-Man, it's just a joystick to move around. That's it. That's all you need. There we go. With a 1-player or 2-player option. Yeah, it's only a 4-way joystick too. And there's the arcade marquee for Miss Pac-Man. Originally, this was not even licensed by Namco. This was done by another company called GCC, and they were hacking the game of Pac-Man, making it better, faster, which is the use. There's some people that were doing this at the time for arcade games when they were getting too easy. And they got so good at it, they made a game called Crazy Auto, which was a hacked version of Pac-Man with different mazes. It was a bizarre-looking Pac-Man with legs that stuck out of the bottom. And they were doing so well that they did... they got Namco to have them make this game. So we are not going to Japan like we did for the first Pac-Man. This is in North America, where Miss Pac-Man was first released. So here's the manual for Miss Pac-Man, the parts and operating manual by Midway. You can see at the top right, January 1982, with all the different flavors of arcade cabinets, upright, cocktail, and mini. Oh, upright's the way to go. The best artwork's there. If you want that classic wood grain, though, you can go cocktail or mini. Let's see if it tells us anything about the game. Like, did they tell you that it was ripped off from Pac-Man originally? This wasn't even supposed to be a thing. Like, Namco wasn't planning to do this. So here we go. Miss Pac-Man's a 1- or 2-player game. There are 3 modes: upright, mini, and cocktail. 2 players selected the upright model. The players take turns, so it's alternating play to guide their player through the game course. If you purchase the cocktail mode, it's flips flops, but that's the same for all cocktail systems. When you're playing the game, you're in complete control of Miss Pac-Man. She will go wherever you tell her, and she loves to eat dots. However, she doesn't like the 4 ghosts: Blinky, that's red; Pinky, that's pink; Inky, that's turquoise; and Sue, that's amber. So where's Clyde? Is Sue Clyde's wife or something? Because they feel the same way about her as she does about dots. They don't want to go near her. They're 4 very smart ghosts, and I believe they tweaked a little bit of the AI compared to Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man can turn the table on the 4 ghosts. Why are they explaining all this? It's Pac-Man fever is going on right now. So if you don't know what Pac-Man is, then you would explain this, but everyone should know at this point. So it explains about the Energizer Dot. Okay, it doesn't call it a power pellet. Yeah, the Energizer Dot gives Miss Pac-Man the ability to eat the ghosts. However, she can only eliminate them for as long as they are blue. They stay blue for a few seconds after you eat the Energizer Dot. I need to remember that. I always call them power pellets. As your skill increases, the 4 ghosts speed up the pursuit of Miss Pac-Man, and they stay blue for shorter periods, and then you get a bonus player that is awarded if you reach a pre-selected point value. So this can be determined by the back of the system. So the major new features of Miss Pac-Man, at least it says in the manual, that there are 4 different mazes, considering the first Pac-Man just had 1. The mazes are generally more difficult than that of Pac-Man, and another major feature is the identifier symbols move throughout the maze and are thus more difficult to get. And I think that means fruit. The game objective is to have fun and survive as long as possible while constantly improving your skills and eating as many dots and eliminating as many ghosts as you can. As you do this, following the maze will be harder and harder to complete. And there it is, our point value system. Note, after you complete the banana maze, the maze identifier will appear and move through the maze in random order and will retain original point values for all those crazy people that want to get the points, because it is 1982. And that's pretty much all we're going to get. We don't want to set up and install a Miss Pac-Man system. We have lots of other versions because it's so popular, obviously. We have a bootleg version of Miss Pac-Man, the speed-up hacked Miss Pac-Man. We have Miss Pac-Attack, Miss Pac-Man Champion Edition, Miss Pac-Man Heartburn, Miss Pac-Man 2, Miss Pac-Man Plus, and then an alternate Miss Pac-Man version, and then Pac-Gal. Because this originally was a hacked version of Pac-Man. They didn't call it that then, but we would nowadays. And so this is how we got the game. Let's go to the arcade and play Miss Pac-Man, released January 13th, 1982 by GCC and Midway. Oh yeah, there we go. Got some of the artwork we'd see around the outside. We got Blinky here. We got Pinky here. Where's Inky? And then no Clyde. I like Clyde. But of course it's Sue, because it's Miss Pac-Man. If you look over on the far left, it gives you instructions to how to play, which I still think is so bizarre. Pac-Man was such a hit. Why would you need to include the instructions? If you put the joystick in someone's hand, they could figure it out. Get all the dots, the flashing dots on the sides give you the ability to eat the ghosts. And then just over on my other shoulder, you can see over here, there's the point values for all the fruit. And it looks like they changed a few things up for the fruit, but it's essentially the same idea. All right, so I want to show you guys some other cool stuff that we have because it's so popular. Check out the different video modes we have. This is the original upright artwork that you would have seen around the CRT with Pac-Man chasing the blue ghosts. Another iconic scene right there at the top. And then we also have the cabaret artwork, which is essentially the same thing, just slimmed down. That was the mini arcade cabinet. And we also have for the cocktail artwork, if you're looking down on the cabinet, this is what you would see. Really cool. The cocktail versions are awesome. You sit down and play your arcade games, and then it flips the screen back and forth because one person sits on one side of the cocktail, the other person sits on the other. And then we have some like Xbox Live Arcade and so forth. But we're going in, playing some Miss Pac-Man. Oh, the sound. Oh my gosh, the sound's so cool. And push start. And we're in. Oh man, it sounds amazing. We played maze after maze game, Pac-Man style after Pac-Man style game, and this already just feels worlds better than all the other ones we played. And the maze game is so hot right now. You can see the difficulty's already ramped up. Enemies are coming at me really smart. Let's go ahead and pick up some fruit. Make our way to the top. Let's see if they take the bait. Thank you. Miss Pac-Man is so popular that a lot of people don't even remember or realize that the original Pac-Man only had one maze. They always expected to have different mazes because Miss Pac-Man started that. And it's not Mrs. Pac-Man. This is Miss Pac-Man. She's an independent woman of the 80s. Oh, here we go. Come on, come on. There we go. And we don't get the cutscene yet. You have to play for a few levels before they start busting in the cutscenes. I thought originally the cutscenes was the novelty of Miss Pac-Man, like the idea, but no. We've seen plenty of cutscenes from arcade games before this one. Lupin the Third in Japan comes to mind. Even Turtles that we've seen, which is the ripoff of Pac-Man. Oh, want to get that strawberry. Probably was a dumb idea, but Miss Pac-Man's hungry. Man, Blinky, who's the red one? He's the most aggressive. Look at him. They have ways you can escape, though. You can see they let you out. Oh, I think I boxed myself in. Not a good idea. Yep, they got me. Yeah, animation smoother. Just barely, because we played both Pac-Man in Japan, and we also played the North American Pac-Man, obviously, and then, go, yes! What really blows my mind is the control. Oh, here we go, we get the cutscene. Act 1, they meet. And the longer you play, you get more and more cutscenes. So now we move on to a different maze. And while the first 4 mazes loop, having a different maze is still amazing. Oh, get it. Yes. Let's switch over to this side. Let's see if we can get this loop without any troubles. Nope. Oh my gosh. Oh, barely. Yeah, the improvements to this are so big that most people don't realize just how simple Pac-Man is. Kind of the same way that when you play Pitfall, the original Pitfall on the VCS, the Atari VCS, you ask yourself, well, where's the music? Well, it didn't come out until Pitfall 2, because most people refer to the Pitfall 2 as the only version, just like with Miss Pac-Man. She set the trend. Man, the sound effects are top-notch. The music is top-notch. But I would argue that I could say it is debatable that this isn't the best game you could play at the time. We have played lots of maze games that do play very well, and they have mixed up the mazes. They even have some where you can create your own maze. And so the formula is, you could say it's a reskin version of Pac-Man. So I could see this not getting a 5-star, but I have to say, of all the games we played, the influence of this game is so big that it's got to be a 5-star. So right now, everyone that's here on the live stream, go ahead and start throwing out your votes on what is Miss Pac-Man. At this point in 1982, January 1982, what are we talking here? Is this one of the best games you could play? Oh man, it's so fun to play. One of the great identifiers on the show is as we go game to game, when there's a game that I don't want to stop playing, and I want to continue to play over and over and over again, and sometimes I do. After the live show's done, I keep playing the games we checked out. That's a really good tip in let's rate this game higher, because if you want to keep playing it now, back in 1982, it's one of the best. And I'm already getting it with Miss Pac-Man. I could stay here all night. Come and get me. They're gonna drag me from the arcade like Mr. Arcade did in the commercial. Right now, I'm already playing the game, thinking of the strategy of where I need to move and what I need to do. You know, and I already took my hand off the joystick. Dang it! All right, here we go. So let's go here. Get a strawberry there. Make our way up to the top. Don't think I'm gonna make it through this part very easy. Let's see. Yep. Because every time I die, I tell myself, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. So, like with video games that you enjoy and like want to play a lot, you get in the zone and you want to get better at it. And Miss Pac-Man's doing it so amazing. You can't really say there's been a lot of copies of Miss Pac-Man. There's been plenty of Pac-Man variants, or this idea of a top-down maze game is what originated by Pac-Man. So for originality, it's not like, it's not the biggest thing, but we are in the middle of Pac-Man fever. If I had the rights, I'd be playing the Pac-Man Fever song right now, but it was on the Billboard charts in North America, and there's no way I'm gonna have to get by without saying, without paying something. Yes! Alright, we're getting lots of 5 stars. Nice. Yeah, I'm loving it. The big thing we've seen with arcade games changing over time is they give you more to see and do, and having multiple mazes, different power-ups to pick up, like the fruit to pick up. It makes you want to play more or longer to see what's next. And this one has the cutscenes. Oh, I kept forgetting about my other power-up, leaving. You gotta exit the screen on the side. Oh yeah, so much fun. All right, there's a quick taste of Miss Pac-Man. We can stay here all night playing Miss Pac-Man. Of all the games we've seen up to this point, it is a 5-star for sure. And just for fun, let's check out the speed-up hack of Miss Pac-Man. You'll get a kick out of this. While we're here playing Miss Pac-Man, since it originated with a hack, all right, get out of the way, Blinky. We're going. Warp speed, Miss Pac-Man. If you thought Miss Pac-Man was hungry before, she's really hungry now. And the ghosts still move at the same speed they always do, which is kind of funny. I'm wanting to show this just because Pac-Man was hacked and changed and manipulated so much. Eventually, it was made into Crazy Otto, and then that was Pac-Man with legs, and then that turned into what we have now with Miss Pac-Man. So now this one's been hacked several times. You can see they made lots of different changes to make the game quicker, and while the ghosts aren't going faster, there is versions of the original Pac-Man where they speed it up, make it really, really fast and difficult to play, because the pros were getting so good at playing Pac-Man. Memorizing the maze, knowing which places to go, or even the slight glitch where you can stay in one part of the maze and not move. So much fun. There you go. Just for fun. All right, so that's one of the best games you could play in 1982. Let's see what our next game is. We're next going back home to the Commodore VIC-20, and this is Alien Blitz. Released January 15th, 1982. No box, not a lot of information. This is by C. Ramshaw. Somewhere the middle of January 1982, let's take a look and see what the Commodore has. Alien Blitz. Press the key to start. Nice. Okay, joystick works. And I can fire multiple shots. Alien Blitz is a fixed shooter. Yeah, I can only move left and right, but I'm getting Galaxian vibes. It feels a little stiff with controls, and oh my gosh, the sound is terrible. It's like the Avalanche variant we played on the Commodore VIC-20. It's the kind you have to turn the volume down to the game. Especially if we just went from the arcades to the VIC-20, and this is what we got. Can I not even hit that? It would waste a little bit of time, but imagine paying full price for this in 1982, considering everything else we've seen for the Commodore VIC-20, let alone all the other games we've seen for the home computer. Alright, so that's enough of Alien Blitz. Another quick taste of that game, because that one of all the games we played is bad. It's, I'm going to say 1.5 stars. It's not a broken game. It is working the way it's supposed to, but we're in the bad range for sure. So 1.5 stars for Alien Blitz. Yeah, it seems that way, right? Can't confirm. All right, let's see what our next game is after the Commodore VIC-20. We're going to another home computer, the Apple II, and this is Astro Attack. Let's see what Astro Attack has for us. Another one we didn't find a box for. All we have is a few screenshots of what the game's like. Looks like we're doing possibly horizontally scrolling. Let's pop it and play Astro Attack. Again, released January 15th, 1982. Okay, by Soft Smith. Another product of the Software Guild. We've already seen a few of these. They've been pretty good. So I have high hopes for this one. Especially after we played Rear Guard for the Apple II. It was pretty good. All right, so this is, keyboard controls only. I'll have a joystick in ready just in case, but looks like we got laser cannon, bomb, FB. Oh, okay, it's using the controls for the Apple II. If you look down at the keyboard of Apple II, it has left, right arrow, and then return is up, and then the slash is down. It seems weird on our keyboards, but the original Apple II, it makes sense. And it looks like space is to move the ship. Oh, I didn't even push anything and moved to the next screen. Okay, here we go. So difficulty, let's try 3. First thing I want to see is the joystick work for this. That's a quaint intro. Oh, nice. We get the title. Press any key to go. Oh, I don't get anything on the joystick. It is no joystick, so it's keyboard control only. You can see I can switch or move up, down, and I got lasers and bombs to drop. How many can I drop at once? Looks like one shot for laser, one shot for a bomb at the same time. but a very different experience when you're just using the Apple II keyboard. The horizontally scrolling was the new hit of 1981. So in 1982, we've already seen several, and we're going to see a bunch more. But this one's taking a pretty simple approach. I don't see the reason I'm bombing anything, because there's nothing down there. Usually we'll see something from Scramble or Super Cobra where you bomb to get fuel supplies, but not here. And I'm dying for... maybe I can't see the shot that they're shooting in front of him. The other thing that's bizarre is the control. When I push up and down, I'm tapping it and it just continues to go that direction. I cannot stop in midair. I have to go one or the other. Kind of like if you have a misprogrammed paddle controller. So it's not really hitting on all cylinders. But let me see, what does space do? Okay, there you go. So yeah, okay, I've seen this before. Whenever you use keyboard controls, it continues to pull that input until you hit another button, which this one is space. So I've seen that one before. Not new, and you get used to it in 1982. Right now, I'm all messed up. Your fleet of remote fighters has been destroyed. The alien fleet is virtually intact. Your rating is 700. Do we go again? I press any key? Let's see. Yeah, I just now remembered it while I was playing on the keyboard. If I was able to get the keyboard in front of me for every computer, you know, just move the keyboard in front and then switch it to the side, move another keyboard in front, then it makes sense. But you have to get in the mindset of what year it is and what computer we're playing on. Okay, so difficulty, let's go 2. So they gave us some firepower, but I don't understand why we have bombs. And I can also move, I didn't try this out, left and right. Whoa, it switches the scrolling, cool. Okay, so if you move to the other side, the complete other side, then it has this faux defender feel to it. And they have a few other things to shoot. Oh, there was something to bomb. I missed it. Gotta hit, yep, the bomb. So I'm looking at the top and the bottom. I also don't believe this game has anything else for it. So as we're playing, what you see here is all the game is. There is no new level. There's no stage that changes like we did in the other horizontally scrolling games in the arcade. Oh, do I get him? Oh man, that bomb was so close. But still, for a relatively good time in 1982, this one would work great for your Apple II. Now, considering all the other games we've seen for home computers, though, I'm going to say subpar for Astro Attack. It kind of misses the mark slightly on the controls, using the keyboard and not using an Atari or Apple joystick. So I'm going to say 2.5 stars for Astro Attack. Oh, there we go. I got one person in the chat with me. All right, after Astro Attack, let's see where we're going and what's happening next. We're going to the Atari home computer, and this is Blockbuster. Let's take a look at Blockbuster, starting with the box. So this one originally was on published by APX, and then it was picked up by Quality Software. So this is another game in January, you could say, kind of was at the end of 81, December 81. So 82 was definitely Quality Software. Blockbuster is a cube-solving puzzle game. Oh, it's Rubik's Cubes. You can help solve the famous cube puzzle. They don't have the word Rubik anywhere, though. You know, can't use that. All 6 sides of the cube at once, thanks to Blockbuster's exploded view. It's not just a game, it's an exercise in logical problem solving. Requires 32K on disk, and I believe that is, there it is, there's our disk, 32K. And this is the Quality Software release, exactly the same as the APX release. And that's all we got, no manual, we're going in. Pop it in Blockbuster by H. Allen Greismer and Stephen C. Bradshaw, published by Quality Software. So originally, those guys were doing it for APX. Atari was trying to pick up as much as they could to get these programmers to make games for their home computer. And APX was a good idea. It worked pretty good. We're going to get a really good one later. I'm not going to say it, but if you know what I'm thinking of, one of the best games on APX ended up becoming Gauntlet. All right, we're in. So does this work with the joystick? Let's push start. So what I've done is hit start on the Atari home computer and the top of it. And we want to be able to rotate. It is working. So it works with the joystick, but what? You gotta be kidding me. This is so bizarre. It's not actually rotating the cube. It's representing the cube by the colors on the sides. So you have to kind of use your imagination to play... What? No, that's terrible. Okay, so it's cool that they gave you some control with the Atari joystick, but even the Rubik's Cube puzzle game that's on the VCS, this one doesn't work that well. It's not as good. Because you have to be looking at the colors around the sides instead of the cube rotating itself. No, 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 no. And this is it. All right, I want to stop there. That was Blockbuster. Now, we played another Rubik's Cube game called Super Cubes in England, I believe. And that game was worlds better. We gave it a 3-star rating because of how good it is. But this one is, I'm going to say, borderline broken because it doesn't hit the mark to even play the game, let alone if you wanted to play a Rubik's Cube game. Just get your own physical Rubik's Cube. So I'll say 1 star. It is a broken game. Blockbuster, no, 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 no. All right, let's see what's happening next as we press forward playing every game. We're going to the TRS-80, and this is Galaxy Invasion Plus, the upgrade or sequel to Galaxy Invasion. Let's take a look at no box, so we're just going to pop in and play Galaxy Invasion Plus. Released January 15th, 1982 by Big 5 Software. Let's go. TRS-80 is still kicking, thanks to publishers or developers like Big 5. All right, I want to play Galaxy Invasion Plus. Now this one isn't. We already played Galaxy Invasion last year, and it was an okay game. I think we only gave it 2.5, maybe, or maybe it was around the subpar range because you'll see. Oh, but this one is talking. They added that one. All right, do we get instructions? How do you play this? Mission objective: destroy aliens for points. Double if attacking, arrow keys move your ship, F to fire missiles, extra ship is awarded, and then clear to start the game. Hit and clear now. Let's do 1 player. Player 1! They started doing the voice in the TRS-80, and we've been hearing the talking on the computer, and it's great. We didn't really need it before, but you can see what it is. Galaxy Invasion is just a Galaxian clone. Or Galaxian in variant, so it's now using joystick support, which it didn't have before. I'm able to move left, right, and fire. But it plays really well. And on TRS-80, it's kind of like when we play the games on the ZX81. It's a computer that you don't think is supposed to be doing what it's doing, and here it is. We're playing Galaxian. Oh gosh. So improvements, the difference between Galaxy Invasion and Galaxy Invasion Plus is we got voice and we got joystick. So it's cool. So I'd honestly rate it about the same as what we gave before. I believe it was 3.5. So I'm still going to say of all the games we've seen up to this point, it's still about 3.5, maybe 3 stars. I'll say just 3 since it's doing a Galaxian clone. But still a good time for 1982. There we go. Oh, I got another 3-star. Nice. All right, let's press forward and see our next game. All right, here we go. It's time to go play the latest high-res adventure game, high-res adventure number 4 for the Atari home computer.
3 programs teach us to program.
The other.
For those parents who really...
These families are learning about home computers. The family with the Atari home computer is learning...
Spanish, German,
French,
Italian.
The other.
No foreign languages.
The Atari family is learning...
3 programs teach us to program.
The other.
We've only one.
And while the Atari family learns to play Centipede Star Raiders and soon...
E.T.
The other learned...
He made a mistake.
Over 1,000 programs featuring the world's most popular games. But sorry, only with Atari. These...
So are they talking about every other home computer they made a mistake? You mean the TI-99 they made a mistake? The Coco they made a mistake? Which one are they talking about? Apple II? So this is the ad for you better buy the Atari home computer. I think the kid's got a 400 down there. Kind of hard to see because it's a little cut off. But let's go to the Atari home computer and play High-Res Adventure number 4. We've already checked it out for the Apple II, and here's the latest release starting with the box. High-Res Adventure number 4. Gotta have 40K for disc for this, and that's what we'll be doing because this one is a double-sided that you'll flip over when you play. Awesome artwork. Online systems, originally by Bob Davis and Ken Williams for the Apple II. Flip it over on the back. It's the Legend of the Golden Fleece. So we get Greek mythology. Love it. Setting is in ancient Greece, and you are Ulysses. Kings requested an audience with you to assign you the task of retrieving the Golden Fleece and returning it to safe. So this is a text adventure game or graphic adventure game, and it's going to be taking a story or formula that's pretty familiar. So great idea.
Spanish, German.
And we do have other artwork for this one because this was released twice. It was originally by Online Systems here, and then Sierra ends up making that their name, and we get Sierra Venture. And then you flip it over on the back, and we have the Sierra Online. I like the sound of that, Sierra, yeah. So this is another game that's right in between when Sierra was Online Systems and then Sierra Online. And there's that ad that we have for Ulysses and the Golden Fleece, still using the Online Systems moniker with the discs. And we have the front and back of the disc. So we'll be using both sides. Got to flip it around, and I think we did that for the Apple II. The manual we have actually is not working correctly for us, but we're going to pop in and play some Ulysses and the Golden Fleece, released January 15th, 1982. At least the 82 version, you can see it's Sierra Online. This is another game that could have been released around the end of 81 as Online Systems, but we're going to do the Sierra Online, High-Res Adventure number 4. Really excited about this one. So originally Bob Davis and Ken Williams, and then this is Chris Iden that did the port to Atari. So way to go, Chris. We already congratulated Bob and Ken. They know what they did. So good. All right, let's switch over to side B. And let's go. If the triangle appears blue, press the start key. If it's not blue, press the option key. So very bizarre. You're telling yourself, it looks green to me, or whatever color it is. We'll just say it's blue and press start. It depends on which monitor or screen you're using. All right, so we're in a three-way road, a small town in ancient Greece. There's a store to the west with a fence next to it. This is another one of the titles that would be one of the best adventure games you could play for the time. So if this was your genre and you really wanted to get and dive into an adventure game, this is it. Obviously, Sierra, of course, it's going to be with Sierra. And we played it on the Apple II, the same one here, but now we're going to go a little bit further. Yeah, that's right. We're going to see a lot more by Chris. All right, so let's go south. Can we just say S? Oh, there we go. You got to go to the next one. Go S. We're on the outskirts of a small town. A road leads north and west. You see a castle in the distance to the west. I love how the text adventure games make you feel like you're playing in a world, and they're getting bigger and bigger in a interactive fiction motif. All right, so now we go the castle to the west. So let's go west. We're going to the castle. Draws it in. Love it. You're in the King's Vineyard. The road leads east and west, so let's keep going. They need to do things like you can smell the grapes at the vineyard. You're outside the King's Castle facing west. So one more time. Let's go in. There's that high-res graphics. You're in the entry hall of the King's Castle. There is a guard here, and exit is to the east. And so now the talk guard. The guard says, "Are you Ulysses? You're in the entry hall of the King's Castle. There is a guard here and exits to the east." Yes. So we just say yes, right? Yes. I am. Good. The king is expecting you. I will escort you. I think you better bow. There he is, the king, in all his high-res graphics glory. So we're in the king's throne room. So what do? We bow. Which is very reminiscent of the original King's Quest, which I'm a little more familiar with than these high-res adventure games. You go in the King's Castle in the first King's Quest, and you bow, and you get extra points for it. The king accepts this humble gesture and says, "There is a legendary fleece of gold far off to the north. I give you some gold and silver and ship to complete your voyage and return home with the fleece. You take the gold and silver, then the guard escorts you back out of the palace." We're out of there. All right, so now let's go out of here east. Oh, I gotta wait for the command. Going east. So heading back down the dirt road. We've got money, we got a ship, and you can see kind of the breadth of this text adventure game. We're in the outskirts of town. See the castle to the west. And now let's go north. And now you have to know what cardinal direction to go inside the store. We're on a three-way road, and there's a small town in ancient Greece and a store to the west with a fence next to it. So if we go west, that takes us inside the store. We're here. Hey, is that Scott Adams? What are you doing in a Sierra Online game? You're in a store. There are doors to the east and north. There is a sign here. And so now we can read sign. If you played the Apple II version, this will look familiar. We have different things that you can buy, it looks like. Sword, wine, wood, lantern, leather, flint, rope, lots of stuff there. All right, so now let's go. We have a lot of money. We can buy it all. Buy flint. Will that be all, the storekeeper says. And buy leather. I don't know what we're doing with the leather. Will that be all? Nope, we want some more. Buy rope. Yep, nope, we want some more. Buy wax. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we'll see. Buy some wax. Buy some wine. Buy some wood. And some wood. All right, so everything we need, we're going to leave the lantern, and now we pay man. Because you can try to sneak away and steal everything, but we're not going to do that. We got enough money now. Okay, got it. And then after that, we go north. It doesn't explain that we're in an alley. We have to sit. Yeah, okay, there it is. You're in an alley on the small town village. There's a tavern to the north and a store to the south. So we have a gold coin here. Get that coin. So picture yourself in 1982. We're playing one of the best adventure games or graphic adventure games you could play up to this point. And think of where we're going to go and where the adventure game genre is going to be, because this was top tier in 1982. All right, so we got the coin that we wanted, and now let's go north to the tavern. We're here. That looks like some sailors. Some sailors wait here hoping for work. There are doors to the north and east. So I never would have understood these commands. It's really funny because, yes. Oh, eventually we'll get to that game. I love it. All right, so we want to get these people to be part of our crew so we can actually sail everywhere. So what do? You just say, get crew. That's the command. Several men rush forward. I think one of them is Hercules. And take your bags of gold. You now have a full crew. Again, a game with Hercules. Back to back on Chronologically Gaming. And now the crew is following us. We're in the small town. Sailors wait here hoping for work. Yep, we got it. And then after we get the crew, now we go east. Let's get out of here. East. And there seems to be a floating bottle here. Your crew is following you. There's some docks here. We're just going to go south. Crew's still following us. Nice. We got a whole bunch of people behind us. Three-way road. Got it. And then go east. And then go south. Is everyone drawing their maps? Playing Chronologically Game Adventure Bingo. You're in a lush green forest now. So now we go south again. Does everybody remember where we parked the boat? And then let's go east. And east again. This might be one of those mazes that gets people to stop where they're not able to finish the game. And north. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's a chest here, and we are lost in a forest. Get that chest. We'll take that. This would be another big trope with adventure games at the time. If you didn't pick up this item and you left, like you went to the boat and you did not pick up the chest, you would not be able to finish the game. So there are plenty of adventure games that do this, making it very difficult, and it's so frustrating. Imagine getting there's been a few adventure games where you imagine getting where you're close to the end of the game and there's an object or something you didn't pick up back in the very beginning and you played all the way through. Oh man, the horrors. All right, so we got the chest, and now let's go west. Crew's still following us. Great, thanks guys. And then we'll go south. We're following the map we made, like everyone did. And then... No, I want south. Then west, got it. Oh man, I'm already dizzy. And then north? Yes. And then north again. Pause for effect while the game loads. And then west. We're back in town. We're not lost in the woods. And north. We did it. We made it out of the woods. So now we're back on the docks. Get that bottle. Crew's still following us. Excellent. Okay, give coin. You're attempting to bribe a guard. Your crew's following you and you're on some docks. And then say yes. We want to bribe the guard. He accepts the bribe. Gives you a map. Still on the docks. And so now we go east to get past the guard. Oh yeah, that's a mighty fine ship. We're on the king's private dock. So if the king gave us money and the king gave us a way to, like this ship, to sail away, why was the guard there to block our way? Wouldn't the king have told him nope? I know, I do get vibes of Myst when I play these old games too, but I'm thinking, it's 1982, it's 1982. There is no Myst yet. Not for a long time. All right, so now we go north onto the ship. Yes. And what do you do? This is great. What do you do? Everyone take a guess. What do you think you have to do to get the ship to... There's one command right here. If you say the command, it's something go something, and it will allow you to continue with the game and actually sail the ship. Throw out some guesses because I never would have got this. I would have been on here probably for weeks figuring out what the command was. I'm now on the ship. I have the crew. We have everything we need. We just need to know what to type to get the boat to go. Throw them out there because I don't think you would get it. It blows me away of the crypticness for these games, of you trying things over and over and over again. I can imagine doing it if it was 1982. Yes, there was no compact. Well, there was compact discs, but most people were paying thousands of dollars for them. And they weren't holding any information for computers. All right, so ready? The command is go ocean. That's how you go. It almost reminds me of Go Door when we played Mysterious Adventure High-Res Adventure number 1, Mystery House. All right, there you go. There's a little quick taste of High-Res Adventure number 4, Ulysses and the Golden Fleece. We last gave Ulysses 4 stars on the Apple II. I'm going to be a little bit harsher now and say it's 3.5 stars, still above average, but not really hitting the mark because 82, we got some bigger competition coming up. So it is still an excellent game, great game, above average, 3.5 stars, definitely. All right, and after that classic graphic adventure game, let's see what our next game is. We're next going back to the arcade, and this is Lost Tomb. Interesting. Let's check out this one, starting with the artwork. This is by Stern. Find new treasures in Stern's Lost Tomb. How to become a conversion surgeon. If you had an arcade cabinet and you wanted to quickly, easily convert it to another game, they had conversion kits that they sold, so that you didn't have to buy an entirely new cabinet. And so it looks like that's what Lost Tomb is. Designed to convert other Stern games like The End, Scramble, Super Cobra, Moon World, Turtles, Armored Car. Look at that. So all those games we played, and so if you wanted to not have those games and play Lost Tomb instead, you could. And then if you flip it over in the back, it's just all the distributors. Boring. But there's our arcade cabinet for Lost Tomb. Very nice. PCB, and then for controls, looks like we have... Wait a second, we got 2 buttons that are whip for some reason, and then, if I'm seeing this correctly, that's 2 joysticks for move and fire. So yeah, we can move on 8-way joystick. Oh, it's 2 8-way joysticks, and then a whip button. Why would they have 2 joysticks? All right, so let's see what's up with that. And there's our arcade marquee for Lost Tomb. We have the manual, too. The operator manual. The Lost Tomb, oh, it's a kit conversion manual, so I bet it's not going to have anything about the game. Does it say anything about Lost Tomb? Step 1, install. No, it's just about how to convert the arcade cabinet from one to the other, so not helpful. So what is Lost Tomb? We don't know. It looks like we have 2 different versions, easy version and hard version. All right, we're going to the arcades in North America. This is Lost Tomb by Dan Lee, published by Stern Electronics. January 15th, 1982. Chest reset the time. When the time runs out, the walls will fire. Step on this, and the earthquake starts. So the attract mode's giving us stuff about the game. Items that are found in the chest are bullets, whips, points, door key. Okay. Important notice to exit rooms with no door, find the key. If there's not an open door, you got to find a key. Okay. And the programmer's at the bottom for an arcade game. That's really cool. I'm trying to think now. Have you seen any programmers displayed on an arcade system? Maybe on one of the flashes, but not during the attract mode. So way to go, Dan Lee. Yeah, if you want to look at all the footage and pour over everything we played in the arcade, I don't think we've ever seen a developer have their name on the front of the system. So attract mode's playing. I'm interested. Never heard of Lost Tomb. They give us a brief intro around the CRT on the left of what the instructions are. Open chest to collect extra bullets, points, whips, and the key. Press the whip to clear an area around you. Move left and right. Run through rooms and find the key and exit. Get to the pyramid and receive a big surprise. All right, let's put a coin in. And push start. Nice, we get an opening cutscene. You have just landed on the pyramid deep in the Amazon. Lock and load, mate. You are entering room 1. Cool presentation. Okay, keys and chest, open closed doors. Get the chest, watch out for... Oh, I didn't get to read the rest, but... Okay, we're starting out the bat. I am in the top right corner of the screen, and I'm dead that fast. I thought this was easy mode. Or at least the easy conversion kit. Blinking room indicates your present location. This is moving fast. It looks cool that they're giving us multiple rooms to go in, like an adventure game. All right, so I can move around and... Let's see. Whoa! I don't believe this. It is 2 joysticks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another twin-stick shooter. What in the world's going on? We haven't seen Robotron 2084. This doesn't make sense. I thought that was the first twin-stick shooter. We've already seen... I think this is 4 or 5 twin-stick shooters we've seen before Robotron. What? And this game is taking it to a level of... Like let's play an Indiana Jones style game? And it's still a top-down view? Oh, cool. So if you look at the top, my bullets go down. And what's my whip do? Whoa, and whip blows the walls away? How many do I got? Okay, so that's... I just ran out of my whips. But you reload your weapons, you can see... Oh, it looks like the walls are caving in. I'm taking too long, probably because it's doing something to prevent people from playing for a long time. Wow. Okay, I'm already blown away. This is pretty cool. If you want to continue playing this level... Oh, quick! Go, put a coin in. It had a continue feature, too. Okay, so I want to play through the next one. So I'm able to move around with one joystick, shoot with another joystick. I have ammo that I use. And let's see, do I just have to get to the exit? Okay, so let's just go to the exit. Forget this. If I look on the top left, that's my whips. And then I can pick up chest. That looks like that was ammo for us. And then make my way over here. I don't know how the spiders can pass through. Wait, were they just respawning, like generating? All right, made it to the next room, and you can see they're following. Whoa, cool. So now we go from the top of the pyramid. I'm moving my way down. I'm doing this. I'm controlling this. I can even fire here. And you pick the room you want to go in. Now we're in room 3. Looks like I can still just make my way to the exit. Just got to move down south. I got to remember about my whip. Oh, and I'm getting Gauntlet vibes because the enemies seem to be like coming from regenerating areas. What? And it's showing us the path that we got to get all the way down to the bottom right for the exit. This is not a cutscene. I'm controlling and moving the character around to move to the next door. And now, a word from your sponsor. Ever feel you need an extra whip or two? Well, for sale, one-time offer, buy 25 whips for 1 credit. What? We got enough money. Go. Put it some money. Yeah. Wow. And they gave us the... What? We just put a coin in and got more power-ups in the game. Now, we've seen playing more coins gives you more lives, but not a power-up. This is amazing. What? I can't believe this. I've never heard of Lost Tomb. This is pay to play. Yes, we're literally paying to get... Who knew 1982 was going to have the first loot boxes? You'll have... Or it's not technically loot box. Okay, we're moving on to a totally new area. This is awesome. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. Don't touch the traps. Oh, not good. I didn't mean to walk there. Let's see. Okay, I think I fixed it. Now, nice and easy. Oh, didn't want to die. And this means that if the game continues, you can continue to play and play to make your way to the next room. All the way down to the exit. Okay, let's just pick up this one. Nice and easy. And we died. But so cool. It was like a room full of traps. All right, how do we get out of this, though? Can we just leave? We can, and then where does it go next? Get the chest. Watch out for the... Okay, so move in the next room. What does that do? Oh, and we got different enemy types coming at us. Gosh, I need to use more of the whips. I bought 34 of them. Putting in money to get more power-ups to play, that's ahead of its time. I don't know if I call it a good thing or a bad thing. If you got enough money, maybe. So you can move around and explore, but it's not like adventure on the VCS, Atari VCS. It's more like you're playing something like Gauntlet, which we haven't even seen yet, because we're moving around. It's very fast-paced in action, but it's a twin-stick game. I'm able to move and shoot at the same time, 8 different directions. Alright, how do I get out of here? I think this is a dead end, because I don't have a way out. Oh, but we need to find a key, so I need to go to the treasure chests. Got it. I also am able to destroy walls with my whip. Whenever I use it... Oh, did it shoot me? It did. We get an earthquake bonus. There's so much going on, but it makes me want to play more and see what else it had. Oh, put some more money in. Keep going. It added some whips every time that we continue. This is great. It's like Venture in the arcades. It feels like you're going on a quest for something bigger or more. All right, let's make our way to the top here. God, there's so many enemies. This is crazy. January 1982 was Lost Tomb. I still can't believe we haven't seen Robotron yet. And me giving Robotron the credit of being able to fire 8 different directions like this. I don't know if I should be destroying walls, because it is helping me. Notice how the enemies at the top right are caught there? Can I break free? Get me through, please. There it is. Okay, so I got the key. It opens up. Now I gotta make my way down to the bottom without being killed. Quick. I'm gonna blow a hole right here with my whip. Oh, yeah. There we go. Wow, so cool. How much money do you have? The more money, the better to play some Lost Tomb, that's for sure. And then it looks like we're looking for a key to make it through this one. It's definitely a quarter guzzler. I can see this game taking lots of money from people in 1982. Let's see, just making our way down here. Now, this looks like another dead end. Yeah. Oh no, the traps! We stepped on the edge, and I don't think... Looks like this will not lead us to the next. Yeah, let's grab what we can and escape, so we're out of here. And then now we want to move to the next room, which looks like to the left. Oh, yeah, good point. I've never heard the reference of Smash TV was Williams, I believe. And so I wonder if they had influence or if people had played Lost Tomb. All right, let's make our way to the top. I'm gonna just avoid. Dang it! Every time I die, I want to keep going. It's really cool playing a game with this play control, made into like an adventure style, moving from room to room, like the. I don't want to compare it to the platform type games because we're not jumping, because it's not like Montezuma's Revenge or Miner 2049er or something like that. But we haven't seen any of those games. All right, we're making our way to the left. You can see the blinking room shows you where you are, and looks like we got to get to the top. So we're going to be opening chest up. Get some more ammo there. Yeah, the play control is really fun. See how they're regenerating? It looks like they're coming from something and then keep continuing to come at you. This is nuts. This feels like I'm playing a Gauntlet before Gauntlet even comes out. What? But I'm having to tell myself, it's 1982. There is no Gauntlet. There is no Dandy. There's just other twin stick shooters we've seen. Did we get the key? Oh yeah, we need to make our way to the left. Go, 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 go. And then you gotta watch out for the traps. You're dodging those at the same time. And I think we can... Oh, I guess we can't make our way down from here. Is this the edge? Oh, we can. Okay, we can go down there. The exit's at the bottom, so make our way down to the bottom here. Oh, but if you step on the wrong tile, then it causes an earthquake to happen. It's awesome. This is one of the first games. We've seen one other game that I can think of on the Apple II that was in the style of you're playing as Indiana Jones. Let's see if I can make it this time. And so this is really cool how it's playing like as an explorer. You know, you have a whip. I don't even know what the character looks like, but it makes you feel like you're playing Indiana Jones. And it is brutal. They know you have the firepower. They know you have the ability to get... Go, go, go! Did we make our way down? Or is this... Yeah, we did it. Okay, so we made it. Oh, man, this probably took so many quarters. And then you can reset. You can continue playing, and probably going to be playing this after the show, because this is... I'm going to go full-on 5 stars. There's so many things this game's hitting on. It's originality. It's combining multiple mechanics from video games we've seen before, and it works with play control, having the twin-stick shooter, and it's doing things that we have not seen yet that I didn't think we would see in 1982. So 5 stars. Wow, big surprise in the arcade for Lost Tomb. Amazing. All right, so that's where we're going to put our video game playing on pause tonight. What a fanfare, what a finish for the evening. Can't believe that. We're going to continue playing everything in 1982 as we go in chronological order. There's a lot more games that we're going to be checking out. Always something to see that you've never seen before. That's it for today. And like I always say, if you don't want to make a sequel, just call it Plus. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.